Hey everybody, welcome back to Starbase. And today we're gonna work a little bit more on the Sunbird. So I have been a little bit busy between last episode and this one with a little bit of plating. Put it that way, yeah. Tiny scooch of plating. I just want to see how the nose is gonna look like, where the pilot seat's gonna sit, and how all the controls. If I can just take this away, there we go. Like where the seat's gonna be, like, and the controls and things. So we have a very clean, how can I put it, flight deck over here. What we're gonna do, one of the things, is have like a couple of information panels on either side of the pilot, and let's just go in here quickly and not bump into anything. And as we can see, okay, there we go. As we can see, very nice view, and that way as well. There's not a lot of obstruction to our view this way. Well, there is, I mean, this whole part, but I mean, you can still see this way. I'm debating if I want to put a window back up here, like on this back spot here, to view outwards, but like there's not really that much. And I mean, this is a ship that is like station hopping, you know, we're gonna just jump stations and things, I think. Also maybe long distance travel, I don't know. We'll see how far this thing can get us. And yeah, let me just get out of here. As we can see, as we get in and out of the seat here, like this, okay? I wanted to put seats that face backwards into the area back there, but if we jump off from here, as we can see, like, yeah, we're gonna sit on another seat if we do that. And I was thinking, okay, you know what, we can just leave that space as is, and maybe add the YOLO code or something on the walls here, so it's just easier to code and things. Just cover up this area over here, and then we'll do some plating interior, put some seats, maybe one here, one there, and one there, I don't know. Then have a door or a hatch or something which we can open up and reach in to the generators, the fuel rods, to exchange them. And in here will be the generators, the hydropropellant tanks, and the batteries. Everything very snug into this little closet, you can almost say. And I think that's going to be very, very snazzy. I mean, what we also could do probably is have another emergency hatch back here to access this area, but we'll see. We'll see when we get there. Anything else? Oh yeah, okay, this is one thing I wanted to ask you guys, if you got like decent hours in this game. Is there like a calculator or a converter or something which I can use, a tool online, where I say like, listen, I have this many triangle thrusters and this many box thrusters. How many generators do I need, and how much hydropropellant do I need? Is there a website like that? Something that's a little bit user-friendly and easy to understand, easy to type in all the things. That kind of vibe, you know. You add in like your information of your ship, like the amount of thrusters you have, and flight computer stuff like these, because I'm pretty sure these use a little bit of electricity on them like on their own, I think. Your old chip sockets, and you know, you type in all sorts of informations about your ship, and then you say like, listen, I want to know how much propellant do I need, and how much electricity generation do I need, and all that sort of things, so that I can plan accordingly. If there was a website like that, it would be great. I would love to use that. But otherwise, what I'm just gonna do in the meantime is I'm gonna go to the Starbase wiki. There is a link down in the description if you guys haven't seen it, where I get most of my information, and I will just go along with that, like calculate on my own. I've got the like 4 times 6, 24 box thrusters back here, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, no, 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 triangle thrusters. So 24 box thrusters, 24 triangle thrusters. That's what I have. So I'm going to use the Starbase wiki to calculate on my own. It would just be nice to have a website that can do that sort of for you. Just type in like the amount of things you have. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna see what else I can get this done. I think what today's episode is gonna be is just like adding the important parts like the generators and things back here, and then just, you know, before we do plating or anything, and it's just kind of like I didn't want to do this, but I wanted to see the look of it and figure out the dimensions for the front window and the side windows and things, and also where these things are gonna be. It's the only reason why I started the plating here. But before we do plating, we're gonna see if we can get the systems in this episode, and next episode is trying to wire everything up, get it into flying status, and once that is done, we can do some plating, see how that turns out, and then maybe then episode after that, we could probably just after the plating episode, we can just go ahead and decorate and do all the things, make the ship a little, like, at least, you know, noteworthy, decent to look at. So yeah. Anyways, hold on, we will be right back. And we are back. So I have gone and done a couple of things regarding the installation of devices and stuff, and let's just jump right into it. Don't have to waste any more time. So as it looks like there might not have been many changes since the previous part of this video. It has been a bit of a day and whatnot, is because of installing the ducts and pipes and things and all of the devices, like what will be needed. Been using the wiki of Starbase to calculate like how much energy do I need, like electricity and propellant and things. Propellant's not that like you need an X amount to, you know, fly, like electricity, like thrusters. You need an upkeep for them, and if they fire in full force, if you go full throttle with them, then they need a certain amount of electricity, and your generators do produce that electricity. But what propellant does is they just suck up. As I think the more throttle you apply, the more they start consuming propellant. So there's not like they're an upkeep or anything. So instead of like generating something, it is a constant, how can I put it, like being consumed, constant consumption of propellant. But anyways, yeah, so let's quickly just jump into what I've been busy with. So according to the wiki, that 2 of these chambers will be enough for tier 2s, the fuel rod chambers, and 2 fuel rods with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generators. So that 1 generator, I think tier 2, I think they all generate. I think tier 3 generates a little bit more electricity, but it's 1,000 per generator unit. These guys, not the fuel chamber and fuel rod. These guys, the actual generator unit. So they produce 1,000. So there's 1, 2, 3,000, 6,000, and according to the wiki, like the amount of triangle thrusters. I know in the previous part of this video I said like a 24 box thrusters. There's actually just 16, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4. It's 16. 16 box thrusters and 24 triangle thrusters, which we have. Well, I think, how can I put it? 6,000 is more than enough. I think it's something like 4,700 or 5,200 or something electricity will be needed, and 6,000 electricity or generators, 6,000 units of electricity being produced is more than enough to supply all of the thrusters. And you kind of want them to make sure, like, you want your thrusters to have as much electricity as possible, because if you run low on electricity, it's hard for them to fire at full power, giving you the most efficient burns and whatnot. They will start to like stagger, not really stagger, but like they won't fire efficiently. They won't propel you forward efficiently, and then you're wasting a lot of propellant trying to get these guys, like, yeah, this whole thing. So yeah, we have 6 generators, and then we have the 2 fuel rod chambers and fuel rods. All of this is tier 2. We have not 1, not 2, but 2, 4, 6, 8 of these medium propellant tanks, and I think it's about 2 million or 4 million less than 4 big tanks. But I think the weight should be a little bit lighter, but almost the same. A little bit less than the same as 4 big hydropropellant tanks, because of the less propellant we're taking along, but it's not that much less. So propellant wise, I think we should be able to fly for a very long time, enough electricity being produced to have all the thrusters firing whatnot. And I've tried to keep everything as in balance, like mirrored along the way, like the center, so the center of mass should still be in the center, and also from left to right, up to down, side to side, everything should be, well, except for side to side, everything is sort of mirrored, trying to keep the weight in this as central as possible. The only time, like why I said from side to side the weight's not the same, because this is obviously different than this part. So the weight over here is different than this part over here. It can be countered to add carodium plates and things to make it heavier on this side, to make it as heavy as on that side, but yeah, I'm not gonna try to do that. I feel like you will kind of want your ship as light as possible, so the thrusters won't have that much put in that much effort to push the weight. You can also pull, we can always move these guys to the front, but that's, I think we will keep that idea for a different ship, that design for a different time. You can push or pull, same with like if you have a caravan or a trailer or something, and you can push it with a car or you can pull it with a car, either way. And then what took me the most time was this is actually one of the first times I'm using these ducts all around the ship, all around, so that it's easier to like pipe things and whatnot, the pipe electricity cables. So yeah, I don't know how this will work. If it doesn't work, I'm just like, many hours have been spent, just rip out everything and just use normal pipes and things. But I don't want to do that, because these pipes, or these ducts, what they do is like, it's very nifty. You can put a plate on flat on here, whereas if you had a pipe or cable sitting on this, let's say for instance this beam, you cannot put a what do you call it, a plate on, because like the pipe and things would be on the way. But these guys are like flat, indented inside the indentation, so you can actually have your plates sit neatly around. And then, yep, obviously we have our controls down here, and our various boxes and things. We have a little transponder sitting right there. We have extra fuel rod racks, which is enough trip for, like, I don't know how far, but we will have a good amount flying around. And then these have been wired up, these hinges, so this will be the main doors, that side and this side. And then back here, still debating on what I'm doing here, but I think there was somebody gave us a module or a design of somebody with, which is like this little thing you insert. It's about as big as this part, okay? This generator with the beams and whatnot is about this size, where it measures your speed of your ship as you're flying. So you don't, like, there were other ways we were doing it before, but that looks like it would plus minus give you the general idea how fast your ship is going. And I think of adding it back there, and then having wires running to give us information there. So the speedometer component is going to be back here, but the display will be up front, and we will have a good idea of how fast this ship is going. So next episode, I think we are going to try to get this thing to fly as is. Because, like, if I want to put on the plates now, we can make it all pretty and whatnot. What's going to happen is, let's say for instance these thrusters aren't sitting in the correct position or something, then it's about taking off all the plates, removing everything, then shifting these guys around so that the center of thrust and center of mass align with each other. And I've been trying through the whole designing process to keep everything balanced. As above, so below. That's my motto for designing ships. As above, so below. Like, you should try to I think if we do this, yeah, yeah, same this way. As above, so below. Like, if you guys understand what I'm trying to say with that. Just to have the ship balanced as perfectly as possible. And then, yeah, next episode, we gotta try to get this thing to fly. So, sorry for not being a very interesting episode, but this ducts thing has been, like, really time-consuming. Don't know if there's a way to improve it, but otherwise, yeah, there's, like, nothing else I could have done. Anyways, people, thanks so much. Oh, yes, before we go on, I designed this little thing. I just don't know what you will use this for, but it's very interesting. Like, you can have, like, these 45 angled beams stuck to this thing. Gives you a little bit of an interesting design. So if anybody want to use this idea, go for it. You incorporate somewhere however you wish. But anyways, that's it for me. Take care. Goodbye.